Hello, I'm Kelly Acheson. I'm coming to you from Menasha, Wisconsin. And today I'm going to share a fun fold card. Aren't these adorable? This is from the Botanical Suite in our Occasions mini catalog. We've got some die cutting to do with the flowers and stacking of the flowers. And then we're going to do this really cool drapery fold. This has been very popular lately and it adds that element to your card that makes it go wow. So let's get started and I'll show you exactly how to do it. First of all, I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Trimmer. This is going to be one of the cards that I use for my stamp clubs this month. So I've added a few little things to my trimmer to help my ladies out. I've got a piece of cardstock here that is lined up at the 1.5 inch. And I've also got all the score instructions written down here. The first thing you're going to need is a piece of designer series paper that is cut 6 by 3. So I'm going to use cardstock here and then I will write the dimensions on here so you can see exactly what's going on. It's a little less busy for filming purposes. First thing we're going to do is we are going to put this in our paper cutter and we are going to score at 3/4 and 1. And when I score at 3/4 or small amounts, I like to go this way in my paper cutter. And that's what's really nice about this Stampin' Trimmer is you've got an 1.25 inch measurement on the right side. So I'm going to score that. A little tip is don't score too hard with your designer paper. You'll get a feel for it because you don't want to cut it. And then we're going to score, that was 3/4. Now we're going to go to 1 inch on the right side. And I just prefer to do it this way. You can do it however it works for you. Then I'm going to turn it around and I am going to also score at 1 3/4. 2 inches, 2 3/4, 3, 3 3/4, and 4. Okay, so now we've got all our score lines in here. Now I've just taken my layer and I have used a ruler and a pencil to draw the lines for you so you can see what it looks like. So when you're scoring, you're going to put your pattern side down to score. And now when we get ready to cut, you're going to have your pattern side up. This is the part that's going to be on the front of your card. So we're going to put this in to the paper cutter and the second score line, so this score line right here, is the one that you want to line up in the channel on your paper trimmer. So we're going to line that up so that line ends right in the channel. And then the reason why I put this cardstock down here is because we want to put this tip up to the 1.5 inch mark, which is right here. So again, we've got the second score line in the channel and the tip of our cardstock at 1.5 inches. And you're going to cut that off. Okay? And that's what makes your drapery diagonal. Now I'm going to bring in the piece that I have that is designer paper. This is our from our Botanical Suite. It's beautiful paper. It goes along with the framelit set that I'm going to use. So that you're not alone. There's a lot of trial and error here. So there we go. That's what our layer looks like. And here is all of our little pleats. You can see them perfectly. I'm going to take my bone folder and give it a nice crisp score line. And now we're ready to make our card. I'm going to use Pool Party as the front layer of my card. And I'm just going to lay my drapery folded designer paper down here so that I know where to stamp my greeting. I'm using the Sweet Sayings stamp set. This is a wonderful greeting set. I like the funky fonts in it, and it's got a lot of greetings in here for you. So I'm going to use the greeting that says, "They say it's your birthday." And I'm just laying this here so I know about where to stamp this. There we go. I love it when it turns out great, right? This is a lot of pressure being on camera. I'm just kidding. It's actually pretty easy because you can delete what you don't want. And believe me, there's a lot of deleting that goes on in my videos. Okay, I'm just adding liquid glue. Now, I did try using snail adhesive, and what I found on the one that I used, our snail tape runner, it fell apart. It worked great when I made it, but the next day when I came into my stamping studio, it had all popped up. So it's a pretty good indication that you need to use glue. So that's what I did. I've got my precision plate here with my magnetic plate. And the botanical builders, I'm going to use these two flowers. The little one I'm going to put on some black cardstock. And the bigger one I'm going to put on some Cajun craze. These are all colors that match the botanicals paper. Run that through your machine. And I like to run that through twice. This one you're going to need to have something to poke it out of the framelit just a tad. We're going to take a strip that's 3/4 by 3 7/8 and glue that on the edge of our drapery layer. And you're going to notice that our drapery layer is sticking out a little bit here. And I'm just going to turn that over. I find this is the easiest way to trim off things that are a little bit too big, because you can completely follow the edge of your cardstock here. And we're going to add our pretty flower. And then I like to scrunch this up just a little bit, give it a little dimension. And we're going to put that right in the middle with some glue. There we go. And our card base is Hello Honey. And on the inside of this layer, I'm going to stamp You Wonderful Thing You. And this is applicable to just about any card that I send, because I only send cards to wonderful people. How about that? And again, this is coming from the Sweet Sayings stamp set. I love this. I love it. Let's put our card together. This is a really easy card that has the wow factor of the drapery fold that I think is pretty neat. And there we go. Another fabulous card idea. So if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd be happy to earn your business. You can pop me an email at kelly@astampabove and visit my blog at astampabove.com. You'll see all the ingredients that I used for this card, and also the dimensions and colors and so on and so forth. So that makes it a little easier. Just watch for that on March 15th, 2016. You can pop on over there and see everything in one place. Add a little sparkle to somebody's day and send them a card.